guys, welcome to today's video. Today is another very special video in conjunction with Magic Links and Nordstrom. They gave me $200 to use towards clean beauty at Nordstrom's. And with that $200, I bought 4 products. So I got the Jane Iredale foundation, mineral foundation. I cannot wait to give this one a try. I bought something that I used to use, but I bought it in a different color. And this is the RMS Luminizer. It's a highlighter. And I got the wrong color. I meant to get the one that I have used before, but I got the warmer one. So we're going to play with that. Nordstrom, of course, carries Westman Atelier, and I got the bronzer. I cannot wait to try this bronzer. So yay. And then to keep it under $200, I got the RMS blush in the refill. So this is what it looks like in the refill in the pink color. And I will supplement all this with other clean beauty I have that is available at Nordstrom. So let's get into it. I have already cleansed my face and I put on my sunscreen 15 minutes ago, and I feel like everything is set, completely dry and not too shiny. I did try this on my hand, you guys. What can I say? In my car as I was driving the other day, and I thought, this is either invisible or it's the perfect match for my hand. So it might be a little bit light for my face, but we'll see what happens. Let's read a little bit about it before we get into it, because I have not heard anything about this product. It's called Liquid Minerals A Foundation. It is a serum with pigment that provides sheer to medium coverage, provides hydration, diminishes the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, minimizes the appearance of pores, evens out skin tone, and adheres so well there is minimal transference. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. I'm tired of getting makeup on my clothes. Liquid Minerals has no SPF. Great, I'm already wearing my SPF, so that means you're not going to get any flashback. That's wonderful. The beads or spears visible in the airless pump are actually liposomes encapsulating liposomes. Well, that's really interesting. State-of-the-art technology prevents active ingredients from degrading and allows actives to time release into the skin. Love. Okay, so what do we have here? Water, titanium dioxide, glycerin, algae, sodium hyaluronate, oat kernel extract. Oat kernel extract is incredibly soothing to skin. Willow bark extract, that can have a brightening effect. Camellia white tea, which is an antioxidant. Radish root extract. I can't remember what that does. I've been seeing a little bit more and more of it recently. I think there's something good going on with that. Magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, which is also known as MAP. It is a form of vitamin C. Coenzyme Q10, a little bit of mica at the end, and hyaluronic acid. So these are all lovely ingredients for any skin type, but really nice for aging skin for sure. So on the website it says to apply with her brush or with a, I can't remember what she called it. It's like a textured sponge. I have neither, but I do have digits, and you know, that's my preference anyway. So let's take a look. You can see how it's suspended in something clear, right? But when it comes out, it's all meshed together. So I'm just going to do 2 pumps. There are 13 shades, and I got light beige. But it feels watery. It looks creamy, but when you touch it, it doesn't have that creamy kind of texture. And we are just going to, feels cool on the skin. Feels really nice. In the summertime, this would be a heaven sent. And it does feel very watery. It reminds me of the skincare things that you'll see from some brands, where it looks thick and then it's like these watery things break open. In this case, I think it's aloe. This is not a bad shade for me. And it doesn't have any orangeness to it. Thank the Lord. Okay, So the bottom half of my face has some and the top does not. I would say it's a teeniest bit light for me, but not terrible. And this is all 2 pumps on my face. And I would say that the coverage is light. But let me just look in the mirror, because sometimes you don't see what you think you're seeing. It just feels fantastic though. It doesn't feel creamy, it doesn't feel oily, it doesn't feel like anything. I think I am getting coverage, for sure. I am for sure getting coverage. But if you like that no makeup look, where you're just evening stuff out a little bit, because I still see my redness, but it's just toned down. Once it's set, there's not a lot of movability here. It's like, well, they said it's almost transfer proof, and I'm going to agree with that assessment. I need some concealer, so I'm going to go in with my Kosas. And I guess what I'm going to try to do is really kind of sheer out a little bit, but I do have darkness. I have been on a popcorn obsession for about a week. And the other day I went to Trader Joe's and they have this truffle flavoring in a like salt shaker kind of dispenser. And I thought, ooh, that will taste good on top of the popcorn. And I'm putting nutritional yeast on it, and I'm putting a little salt on it. So I usually don't put salt on anything. I'm not a big salt person, but yeah, I would say it is safe to say that I am got some issues right now with the salt. But you know what? It just looks like and feels like nothing. It is set. I don't need to powder this in order to go on with other products. So let's do a little blush. So this is from Iredale. It's the only thing from Iredale that I have, and I've had it for years, but I've had it upstairs and I've never brought it downstairs. And this is in the color Dubonnet. And I got this because I was at a store and a makeup artist was working on me, and she said, well, I want to do contour. And this was 4 years ago. You guys said, well, I really don't want to do contour. She said, what if I do a contour with a blush? And I said, well, okay. And this is the color. And I think you can see how, if you don't want a brown contour, this is going to do contour for you. So I'm taking my wing gloss. This is, I believe, called the Airbrush. Always linked down below. And I'm going to show you how I use this for contour. So I'm just doing the tip. I'm using the tip right here. And I kind of like to do a triangle like that. So I'm laying down and then blending. Obviously I got more on the side, so let's go blend. Look, I got a totally acceptable contour with this. You can also use it as a blush, but that's how I use this brush for contour, and that's how I use this Dubonnet, which I have brought downstairs, and it's going to be staying here. Now, let us go into the bronzer. I'm so excited, but I don't know what brush. Let's start with this BK Beauty brush. This is the 103, which is a big bronzer brush, and see what happens. I've never used this before. Maybe it's a good idea to go in with something a little more fluffy. With and without. This is lovely. It just gives me a touch. And let me just do a little swatch for you. And here it is, and that is Coup, which I think is a very, very good color for me. And I think in the summer, when I'm a little bit darker, I would just go in with something that is more dense to pick up more color, but looks great. Before I go on with the blush, because the blush does have a sheen to it, I wanted to go on with this. So the one that I used is the clear one, and I accidentally ordered the wrong one. This one has a bit of a golden tone to it, but you can see that it also has a whiteness to it. So this might work for me just fine. And mine lasted forever. In fact, when I was using this, it was my only highlighter. It was way before I started the channel, and I loved it. and just a little bit. Then use the other finger to warm it up. It is a little chilly, you know, by Los Angeles standards. See how beautiful that is? I mean, it's kind of blingy. I'm going to put the rest on my eyes. So there it is on the eyes. And I'll do something else with the eyes too. There is a goldish hue to this. You know what I want to do? A little bit here. 3 dots. I find putting a highlighter down the center of your nose is an easier way to kind of thin your nose out than using a contour, because a contour can really go to Clownville super duper fast. So the RMS blush is a powder blush, and I got it in French Rosé. And it was just hard to choose. You can see how much sheen there is here, and I'm not sure it'll kind of go with the Dubonnet story, but I think I'm just going to go on really, really lightly. Boop, boop. And I'm really going to do it so that, ooh, I can't even see it, because I really kind of quickly go, okay, now there's too much. I think this would actually look so pretty on top of other blushes that you just want to add a little je ne sais quoi to, a little something something. Like if I did the Dubonnet more like a blush instead of as a contour right here, and this could do just a little bit of kiss. However, for the sake of showing you what this looks like at full opacity, we're going to do it. Super pretty. I'm going to go on with Westman Atelier's lovely little gloss, which is called Squeaky Clean. I love these, and they smell like lemon. They're so yummy on the lips. And then I'm going to go with some Westman Atelier eyeshadow. So this is her pod that is green. I did it the wrong way. And I love this color right here, but I already have the RMS, but we're just going to do it anyway. So pretty, and just a lovely one and done sheer something. Do you see how that kind of pinked everything out? And then I'm taking Westman Atelier's brush. I'm not sure which one this is, but I'll link it below, with the color Frappe that is in that trio. And just a little something around the eyes. What I love about her pods are, it's not about doing a detailed look. If that makes sense, it's really, for me, it's like a one and done, even if you are using 2 or 3 colors. And there, it just gives me a little bit of definition, a little bit of something around the eyes. Me eyes. Me eyes. Okay, lassie. Now, aside from my brows, I think the only thing I'm going to use that you can't get at Nordstrom's is the Victoria Beckham mascara, and this is Clean Beauty as well, and it is also a tubing mascara. Yay. And I love this wand. So the wand fits half of my eye, and then I can move it over and get the other half. And because my eyes are smaller, bigger wands, I can really get into trouble. When I try to get the lashes over towards the inner corner, it tends to get all over the place. Alright you guys, this is a full face of Clean Beauty from Nordstrom, except for my mascara. The 4 things that I got are almost new to me. One of them was not, but I got a different color in this RMS, and you can see that it is a little bit warmer, but I like the way it's contrasting with the blush from RMS, which is a little bit cooler. It's not contrasting as if they're not getting along, it's just really beautiful. I think the blush by itself is so fresh and so pretty and so natural. I was afraid this highlighting element would look weird, but in this particular color anyway, I just feel like it looks natural and flush and youthful, and I think this would be a great second blush over something else. So for instance, if I were to go on with this, I would go over it with this, or if I would, I don't know, do something that had a pinkness to it but a different depth of tone pink and kind of top it right here, or even use it as a highlighter. But I wouldn't use a color like this as a highlighter. But I am very happy with this color and with the effect on my face. So those are the two RMS. For the bronzer, I think it is a perfect shade for me. It gives me just a little bit of something something with the application that I did with the very fluffy BK Beauty brush. But I think I could use maybe one of my Refer brushes that are a little bit more dense if I wanted to get some more color in the summertime. So I'm super happy to have this, and I think it's a great shade. It's a neutral shade. It's not too much of one thing or another. And then the thing that is the big score is this Jane Iredale. This is amazing, you guys. Some of you haven't liked some of the other things that I have done recently for that sheer foundation, a very natural look, but it gives you a little bit of coverage because it's too balmy. I'm not going to name names, or too oily. If you like the concept of a little bit of something that really doesn't look like makeup, but it's not oily or balmy, you must try this. This is amazing, and I'm just going to pull you in. It doesn't look like makeup. I do have some sheen, but that sheen is not from this. This has a natural finish. It's from my sunscreen. So let's throw a little Kosas on it and see if we can cut that down. And this is the shade Airy, which is a teeny bit too light for me. So I just want to put a little bit. And then another thing, this foundation sets up really fast. There is no pulling, there is no dragging. It sets up almost immediately, so you can go on with any powder things that you have without thinking, oh, I gotta powder my face down first. You don't. I didn't powder under my eyes. The Kosas concealer, which is not new to you if you've been following me for a while, but maybe I want just a little bit of a juicier, more exciting lip with something like this. I'm just going to do this Laura Mercier, not clean. You know I like a big lip, and this isn't big, but boom. Such a pretty, pretty look. I am so pleasantly surprised with this. Why does nobody talk about this brand? They need to. And yeah, that's it, you guys. I want to thank Nordstrom's and Magic Links for the gift card for $200 so I can explore. This is the only second time I've done this with Magic Links, and what I love about it is that it allows me to buy things that I've been wanting, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on, like this. And I am free. I feel more free because it's not my money to explore things that I otherwise wouldn't have explored, like this. And it's amazing. And yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.